is going on, y'all? I am so sorry. I am extremely sorry. I had to do a reset. I'm working now full time, not able to see the markets throughout the day. So really just getting that transition. So y'all, please be patient. I'm going to get back to multiple videos a week. We have a shaky market, okay? It's churning, it's rotating. We're seeing a lot of red days and some green stocks, but there is a sea of red specifically in tech. We have to understand tech is one of the largest portions of the stock market, and it is bleeding. Disney, 88% bullish. Zoom, 95% bearish. Peloton, 87% bearish. Tesla, 87% bearish. Triple Q's, 85% bearish. And the SPY, 64% bearish / hold. So first, let's do Disney. Disney on the monthly looks great. This is the only bullish stock that I have in this watch list. It has extended itself from the short-term monthly EMAs, so it could be somewhat extended, but it's showing very strong performance versus the market. On the week, we did bounce off the 10 weekly EMA and actually consolidated for about 4 weeks. We did have some top wicks, so I didn't score as high as I could, but we did reach today some all-time highs, breaking the $200 level, which is the psych level, with a good gap up and a retest of the previous open. Really good price action today on that weekly, and then on the daily, same setup. So I actually posted this chart on my Twitter. I did see that double bottom in this consolidation box, really like that, and even that strong hammer on Friday. We did gap up tremendously, came back on a dip, and just continued to go high and close on the high of day, even though the market closed on the low of day. Above all moving averages, this guy looks pretty good. Let's go on to Zoom. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. There ain't nothing bullish about this chart. I barely gave it some points. This is in the high 80% bearish. I mean, come on, guys. Seriously? All these high wicks ain't no type of support on the monthly back until really $100. It just went straight up, and now it's going straight down, basically. You got that gap fill around 324, but it didn't bounce, okay? It gap filled and still going lower. It's supposed to gap fill and bounce, and it gap filled and kept going further. So there's nothing bullish about that. Right here on the weekly, even though today's the first day of the candle on the weekly, we did break the 50 SMA on the weekly, so that is not good at all. We do have 100 SMA on the weekly that just was formed on this week. However, that's all the way down to 200. So based off of 50, 120, or 200 SMAs, we really just broke our only support. This is a very new piece of data, and it may work as a support level, but it's completely new, so we don't know if that truly is the case. I did look back in August. We did consolidate for just a little bit, so there could be support at 280. I feel that that's the only true support, but it's actually not that strong. On the daily, we had earnings open at 440, flushed $100 within 2 days, got rejected off the 200 SMA, and now going lower and lower every day. What the heck? I mean, you literally could not have a more bearish setup. Gapped up and flushed for 2 days, broke below SMAs, EMAs, got rejected off the 200 SMA. I mean, what? You can barely see some support at 280. Let's see what happens at 280. But right now, there is nothing bullish on this. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself, so I'm not going to go too hard on PTON. But this is, again, one of those stocks that had a great year last year, but went straight up and coming straight down. From 170 as an all-time high, now trading at $100. It only took 3 months to get it right there. On the weekly, we do see some support around $96. Let's see what happens. I don't like that there was this kind of left shoulder type action and now a head, like a rounded top. And look at all those bearish weeks just back to back. Broke through the 10 and the 20 EMA, still above the 50 SMA, which, I didn't give it a terrible rating on the weekly, but I mean, flush straight through those EMAs, and it may even cross over with a bad week this week. And then on the daily, that is ugly, guys, ugly. We did have a good hammer on Friday, or a little doji, a reversal doji, but I mean, to get rejected off that short-term EMA, or actually, yeah, the short-term EMA that hard, it went to 114 and closed to 100, pretty much lost 12% off of that high. It did close above the 200 SMA, so it is hanging by a thread, guys, hanging by a thread. You have 96 to 100 as a buy value, a value buy area. But if we do see a break below $94, this is a short. This is a mega short, okay? Let's just see. Monthly on Tesla, another up, another down. 3 lower highs. All lower lows right there, or 2 lower highs, 2 lower lows. We are still above the 10, which is the 10 EMA, which is about 520. But that does not look good. Really no support when you go straight up. On the weekly, broke below very hard on those short-term EMAs. Really did have that temporary bounce, but didn't give that longevity like we needed. On the weekly, there is no support until 461, guys. On the daily, come on, guys, seriously. Bounced off this 617. Everyone was happy about that 100 SMA bounce. Went all the way up to 745 and did not like that price action in the 700s and flushed all the way down to 500s. And when we're going down like this, guys, why are there no wicks off of the lows, okay? There's not strong enough wicks off of lows to show that there's any market demand. When you see stocks go down, you want to see this bounce all the time. But it broke below that low and kept going lower. We do have the 200 SMA around 480. I gave this support level a little bit above that, like 485, 500. But it looks like it's kind of nosediving, as you can see, just rounding off. Monthly on the triple Q, had some top wicks, got rejected off those 300 levels. We did stay above 299, and I'm going to let that be a somewhat support level. That was the close and the high of 2 days. 2 months, and then a support level off of December. It is above the EMA, so I didn't score it too bad. The weekly does not look that good because if you see, we did not break below the 20 EMA on the prior little dips, or what we call corrections. And this time around, we actually broke below the 20 EMA. So this is my biggest kind of red flag, is we broke below the 20 EMA on the Nasdaq. That is not good. That has not happened since the crash. It usually doesn't happen until there is true weakness, from 178 all the way down to 144. And then it happened again during the coronavirus crash. Not good, folks. Not good. On the daily, I mean, we had that little green day. I mean, that was not enough, okay, guys? It was not enough. We did waste that entire day. 2.8% down. Are you guys serious? That literally is just a waste of time. Broke below the 100 SMA with strength. If you saw futures were deep red already. Gave us the fake out with a huge buy the dips and all that. Make it go high up above. And then they flushed it tremendously throughout the day. Just weak all day. If we do break below, I think 297.45, that is the low off of that buy the dip. It's going to be a major short, major. So let's just see what happens with that. SPY monthly actually does not look bad, guys. It doesn't look bad. We do have a higher low, but we do have a lower high. It's still in an uptrend. The blue candle is only 0.36% positive. So we have been seeing some rotation in the value company. So that's why the SPY is still holding much better than tech. We have some lower highs, okay? Lower highs. We don't like lower highs, but we have been holding. We haven't been going too far down, and we still are above the short-term EMA. So that's something to look out for. Much stronger than the QQQ. And then finally, on the day, we are below our short-term EMAs. However, we closed just barely 20-something cents above the 50 SMA. We did get that rejection off of 388. 385.50 is pretty much my line in the sand, and we did open below that and close below that. With that close below the 50 SMA anytime this week would signal a for sure bearish sign. But this is still holding up stronger than the Nasdaq. The second thing that's bullish, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually doing very well. We do have 52,000. That was pretty much resistance. We did wick off of that, but we still are curling, guys. We are still curling. We did bounce off of 46,000 March 5th, and we really been holding to those EMAs and finally releasing off of those EMAs. It's looking really good, actually. I'm not going to lie. Much better than the equities. So that's pretty much about it. If we do get this slow and steady curl, we can obviously see higher than 58,000, more towards 60,000. If we do again fail, we have a layers and layers of support, and you see this 50 SMA still curling and catching up to current price. So slow and steady wins the race, and if we can take it slow, we should. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I will be back with more consistent videos. Appreciate y'all.